Man, let's talk a little bit about a team like the Grizzlies. This is something from just an outside perspective we see. Everybody always talks they need that veteran leadership. Steven Adams, oldest dude on the team. Obviously, you were there briefly. Is that an issue as much as people try to make it out to be?
I mean, I like Memphis a lot. They were one of the top organizations. They were A1. They over-communicated. They were great. They had a great group of kids, guys there. So they probably needed more. I'm interested to see how Marcus Smart and Derrick Rose is going to be for them this year. I do think they still need some wing depth. They lost Dylan. I don't see many. You got Zaire. I love Zaire. David Roddy, but they're younger guys. I think they still need more veterans and probably depth at the wing perspective. But Steven Adams is a great, piece for them. On and off the court, locker room guy, mentoring Jaren Jackson and Brandon Clark, and getting them to mature. Jaren, I think, is the X factor for that group. When he decides to make it his team, that's when they're going to go far. Because he can do a little bit of everything. He can shoot from the perimeter, protect the paint, block shots, can drive, finish, score. Obviously, Ja is a special talent. Desmond Bane's a special talent, and they have a lot of good pieces around him. But I think Jaren's playing for USA this summer now, and he started making a jump toward the end of the season where he stopped getting in foul trouble.
And how important is a guy like Marcus Smart for Ja? We've seen Ja.
Huge.
We got a ton of respect and love for Ja. Obviously, he's gonna have to serve that 25-game suspension. Seems like bringing a guy like Marcus Smart in, who's coming from a winning organization.
I think it's more of the Derrick Rose.
For sure. I think it's both, because I think Derrick is the veteran you need, and he's smart, but I think he's more, I'm gonna say passive, but a little bit quieter. But I see him as like a Tim Duncan. People think Timmy was quiet, but he actually talked and spoke. And I think Derrick is one of those guys, but I think Marcus is a guy you need. He's very similar to Dylan, where he's gonna, I wouldn't say push the boundary, but he's gonna challenge the guys. He's gonna challenge you. He's gonna hold you accountable more verbally. Because I've seen him do it in Boston with certain guys, telling Jalen, look, listen, you need to do this. Even Jason, and he's not afraid to voice his opinion. Derrick, he'll voice it, but he may not push the envelope as much as Marcus will.
I was thinking about with the star power, because Derrick Rose was that, he had that, so when Ja looks at him, he can look at him like,
definitely
okay,
a higher respect.
I can, I
You're
understand.
MVP.
Because how Derrick moves, you come from, South Side, so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he moves quiet.
Yes.
And I think when Ja sees that, like,
100%.
It kind of changes. Because, listen, when you're at a certain level, only a certain couple people that you will listen to. They have to come from the same background. They 100%. Have to have been in your shoes before for you to listen to them. Like, I don't see him listening to Steve Adams.
You got to have somebody that's relatable.
Yeah, outside the court. Like, what are we talking about?
And that was a big key for me. Like, it's hard to have somebody come in and say, your project is to work on this guy, as a vet. And it's harder for some vets if they don't respect. Like, you have to have that player's respect first. And I was lucky enough those guys did enjoy my time and respected me. And I think Derrick is going to be one of those guys as well that they hold in high regard and will listen to. And I think he'll have an impact on Ja for sure.